Hey you guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 4.
I've been looking for a mirror, and I think I found it in your eyes. She's been looking for a reason, and I think she found it in my mind. So we're moving this colorful night.
Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a real quick update. I forgot to show you last night. This is the wood stain that we picked up at Home Depot, I believe. This is Varathane. It's a different brand from Mimwax, and this is in weathered gray. What I did was I made a sample board. This half of the board is sanded with 220 grit, and the stain didn't take very well on it. I wanted to test the different sanding types as well. And this is weathered gray on top of carbon, carbon on top of weathered gray, and just weathered gray by itself. And then on this side, I used a 120 grit, and sorry about the Curious George in the background. And this is weathered gray on top of carbon, carbon on top of weathered gray, and weathered gray by itself. And honestly, I think my favorite is actually the weathered gray on top of carbon. It's like the darkest, but it has the coolest tone finish. So I think we're going with this one. I'm going to send a few photos to my husband and get his opinion, but I really like that. Plus, that means I would not have to stain this mess down, and I could just coat this whole thing with weathered. I could just coat this whole thing with weathered gray and be good, which would be awesome because I really, really want to get all this crap out of my dining room desperately. Alright you guys, I just wanted to show you, I got the whole project stained. It's still soaking in, and once I put the polyacrylic on it, it won't look quite as chalky and blue. It'll darken down a bit. But this says that I can put the polyacrylic on after 1 hour, but since this is oil-based and the polyacrylic I'm using is water-based, I want to wait like a good 24 hours minimum before I coat this. But the good news is my husband can use the rest of that to build the apron and legs for the table tonight. So that's where we're at on that project. But I do want to say that I love the weathered gray by Varathane on top of the Mimwax carbon. It looks so much better because that carbon was just way too dark and black. And we didn't want to go with the brown stain, obviously, because our carpet's brown, our floors are brown, our cabinets are brown. The walls are tan, like it's a rental, everything's brown. And I don't like beige and brown tones. So this will help hopefully bring some cool tones into the room and just make everything look a little bit nicer. Hey guys, it's about 9:20 at night. I've been spending the past several hours working on getting more videos edited and getting some stuff done. And while most normal people would probably be starting to call it night, not us. We are working on the table some more. Let me show you where we're at. We're working on getting the legs done right now. My husband has them all cut, the legs and the aprons. The aprons are the little drop down pieces that attach to the legs on a table, in case you didn't know that. I didn't honestly know what they were called until we actually started looking into building furniture. We're going to get all that put together tonight. The legs and the aprons are going to be one piece, and then we're going to attach them to the tabletop with L brackets so that we can remove the tabletop from the legs and aprons if we ever need to move it because it's so heavy. I wanted to say I'm sorry, so much of Vlogmas so far has been about the table, and most of Vlogmas tomorrow is probably going to be about the table too. I do have some running to do, but that's mostly because this is our big project right now, and I really can't even like start decorating for Christmas until this project's done, but hopefully it should be completely done within the next day or two, and then I can move on to more of the fun Christmas stuff like decorating and shopping and all of that. I am like a little puppy right now, ridiculously excited about this table. It's so pretty. It's awesome seeing something coming from just like that.
Kind of messing up in your kitchen?
Yeah, actually turning into something that actually looks like a table and will look like a very pretty table when we're all done with it. Oh, and just so you guys know, I did find felt pads for the ends of the legs. I just ordered them off Amazon, so I'll show you guys those when they come in. Hey you guys, we have a table. Okay, I know this looks ridiculous. It looks gigantic in this house. Part of that is because it is too tall. We kind of want to go conservative on the cuts, on the legs, so it ended up being 31 inches tall, and a typical dining table is 30. So we're going to cut the legs down tomorrow, and it's going to look a little bit smaller once we get paint on it. It is a very large table for this space, but this is also a rental. This is a very small dining space. It could comfortably seat 8 people, and really, really super tight. You could probably squeeze 12 at this table. Our family is really big. It's me, my husband, all 4 of our kids, and so that's 6 people alone. And then my mom comes over a lot, so that's 7. And if we ever have his family over, that's like a lot more people depending on how many come over. Like just in his like immediate family, there's 10 in his immediate family, and that doesn't include like the extended family, which is like close to 50 people at this point, which could never even fit in this house. I think that's against fire codes. But we wanted a big table because we do like lots of projects and stuff like that. And I've wanted to be able to have plates on our table, like have 2 plates for place settings, and then have like large, this is like the serving dish I put my turkey on every year, and have enough room for large serving dishes, or to have a nice runner down the center of the table, etc. Plus, when we eventually move into a bigger house, this will fit whatever dining space we have better. It just looks huge because this is a very small space. Like my kitchen's a mess right now because I've got all the staining stuff in it, but like our kitchen and dining room area are fairly small. But for us, it was important to have a space that was big enough for kids to do their homework. I can sit and actually work at this table now, which would be nice to get out of my office on occasion. And it's nice and heavy and sturdy. It should work out well. So we still have some work to do on it. We have to trim the legs down. And then this breadboard is just a bit loose. Like I can't move it. Well, I can wiggle it a little bit, but my husband can really move it. So he's going to tighten screws on that. We didn't glue anything because if for some reason we needed to take everything apart to fit it in somewhere, if we were to move or something like that, we wanted it to be easily disassemblable. So we're just going to tighten the screws on that. And then the underside staining is done, of course. I just have to polyacrylic that, paint the legs and aprons white, and then I have a ton of planing to do on the top because the boards aren't even, and like I don't want plates to rock or catch on the table sliding them across. So I've got to plane the boards evenly and then sand the crap out of this tabletop, stain it and polyacrylic it, and that's going to take a couple days still. This is a very, very long project, but the good news is this table is insanely sturdy and it will last like forever, either until, you know, the wood itself gives out, or we decide we want a different style or something like that. And this is a very classic traditional style table, but it's also modern with the paint and stain colors we're choosing. So it should last us a really long time. And because it's custom built, it fits the aesthetic I wanted, which I couldn't find in stores for less than like $2,000 to $3,000, which is insane to me. Because I'm sorry, like, Restoration Hardware, I love your stuff. It's beautiful. I'm not spending that much on a table. And did I mention we still have to build a bench to go with it and find chairs? So there's still a lot to do to get this, like my dining room area, completely done, but it should be done within the next week or two. It may take us a little bit longer to find chairs, but that's okay. That's to be expected. And again, I'm kind of sorry Vlogmas has been all about this table, but as you can see, like, our whole living space has been basically taken up by this project. Thankfully, it will be done very, very soon. I hope that you guys enjoyed Vlogmas today, as weird and table focused as it was. Thank you guys for being patient with me. And I want to say thank you guys so much for all the love you guys have been giving my Vlogmas videos. There have been so many likes and so many views, and I just really appreciate it, and I'm so happy that you're enjoying watching them. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.